Managing Director at CM Research and a familiar face to us. Cyrus, great to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Boy, if we talk about HTC, what a story, right? They once, HTC, if you didn't know this, they once had 10% of the smartphone global market share. Correct. It's only 1% now. The Chinese have knocked them off. It's lost 95% of its value since 2011. No matter how you look at this deal, this is a good story for HTC.
It's a great story for HTC. Like most handset makers, apart from Apple and Samsung, you know, the handset industry has declined because Google has sucked the profits out of the industry by putting its Android software on there, and Apple, we all know the story of Apple.
Well, and I want to raise that because, you know, you look at the largest companies in the world, mostly software, aren't they? Google, Facebook, Alibaba, Microsoft, except the biggest, you just mentioned, Apple, both software and hardware. Surprise. Is this what Google is trying to replicate or do?
Correct. I mean, for the last 10 years, the perceived wisdom in the tech market was you want to be in software. Hardware is getting commoditized. Apple, of course, was the exception. But, you know, Google tried to buy Motorola a few years ago, and it sold it off to Lenovo, and Microsoft tried to buy Nokia, and it wrote that down by $8 billion. But this time things are different because Apple and Google are the world's biggest internet ecosystems, and they're aiming for the same future technologies. Things like AI, augmented reality, that kind of thing. And these software technologies are difficult to implement without the right hardware. You need the right chips, you need the right sensors, you need the right components in the phone.
So you need to control the hardware, is that?
You've got to control the hardware.
So are we going to see, so Google has a phone, but are we going to see now, with HTC people on board, are we going to see a range of Google phones? Maybe different price points?
I don't know about so Google already has a hardware strategy. It's got the Pixel phone, but that Pixel phone hasn't been so successful yet. And part of the reason is because HTC is a declining company. You know, its elite engineers are leaving, and so Google needs to protect that supply chain. And that's part of the reason it bought the engineers, so it could protect its hardware, protect Pixel, because it's crucial as Samsung and Apple try and push Google out of the mobile internet.
Just briefly, HTC is only worth, as we're hearing, about $2 billion. They've paid $1.1 billion. Why didn't Google just buy them all outright?
Because Microsoft bought Nokia outright and see what it did to them. Google doesn't want the whole manufacturing business. It wants the engineers that design the hardware.
Okay. Cyrus, always a pleasure, my friend. We appreciate it. Cyrus Mewawalla joining us there. We'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. Hey, it's that time of the program to take a look at what's trending online.